People always talk about who are our black heroes. We so busy going after our black heroes in history books. The history books we read back in school. Most people on YouTube make a big deal out of who our black heroes were, which that's great. That's fine. The Malcolm X's, the Martin Luther Kings, the Muhammad Ali's, all the way to the Frederick Douglasses, the Harriet Tubmans, the Ida B. Wells. That's fine. But you know who my you know, I think in every foundational Black American family, our heroes should be our grandparents. If it's safe, everybody's grandparents, everybody's family is not what it should have been back then. But I look at my grandparents. My grandparents were my heroes. My grandfather, who worked hard, who was a farmer, who farmed land. My grandfather built his house up from the ground up with his hands, with some hammer and nails, and a saw. Like my grandfather, he built his house from the ground up. He had a bunch of land. My grandmother planted crops, and they grew crops, sold them in town. That's where I come from. Then I had one uncle. He was into farming, had land. He was a pastor. My grandfather, he was an ordained reverend. He was born in like 1900. So was my grandparents, like born in the 1910s. He bought some land. I think back then he built this house on some land. Then he had his ministry on his land, right beside the soybean fields, his crops. Because I was young back then. I was looking around. He had his ministry sitting on the land, and he was a farmer. See, back then the FBA built this stuff up from the ground up. See, back in them days, it was black towns, black businesses back then. Black people back then they had no choice but to come together. There wasn't no such thing as integration. See, right now, everybody together.